Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Studio Pilates. I hope you're enjoying my channel so far. Today I just wanted to take you through a really quick core workout you can do from just about anywhere. So let's get going. Finding your way to your box position. So remember, your wrist should be under your shoulder, your knee should be under your hip, and then you're tilting your pelvis so your tailbone is pointing off towards the back wall. Core stays engaged. Pull your belly button towards your spine and your ribs down towards your hips. So everything in the middle is nice and solid. From here we're going to inhale. Exhale. Stretch that arm forward. Really reach forward, but think about your shoulder blade at the same time being pulled down your back, and then bring that arm back in. Then the other side. Reaching forward and then bringing it back in. As you reach forward, make sure that your back stays nice and still. Then when you put your hand down, make sure you don't lean to that side. Your arm should go out and come back in with no movement in the rest of your body. So it's almost like it's never been gone. We're going to do one more on each side like this, really focusing on that core connection. Remember, your eye line should be down between your hands. Make sure you're not cricking your neck and lifting your head up. Final one like this. Okay, then from here we're going to go onto our legs. Now, if this is uncomfortable on your wrist, you can either make a fist or put something like a rolled up towel under your hands. That helps to just alleviate that pressure from your wrist. So now we're just going to do legs. So core engaged, keeping your back really steady. Imagine you've got a tray of drinks on it, don't let them spill. You're just going to slide that leg out along the floor and then lift it up. Hips stay next to each other, so make sure you haven't hip hitched. Keep them next to each other, hold it there. Then we're going to slowly bring it back to the floor and slide it back in. Then the other side, core engaged, pelvic floor on. Stretch that leg out, lift and hold, and then slowly lower and bring it back in. No movement in the rest of your body. Focus on that tray of drinks on your back, don't let them spill. Keep it nice and slow and controlled. Don't speed up the movement. It makes it easier if you speed it up. We want to really focus on the quality of the move. We're going to do two more on each side like this, and then we're going to add in a little extra. Thinking belly button to spine. Make sure the weight is still distributed between the 3 points that are on the floor. So that was our final one like this. From here, what we're now going to do is take your right leg out, bring it up, and then you're going to take it out to the side just a little bit. Bring it back to the middle, bring it back down, and bring it back in. Pick up your left leg. Bring it out to the side just a little bit. Remember, hips stay next to each other, and then bring it back in. We're going to do three more on each side just like this. So bringing that leg out to the side, back to the middle, and then back in. Keep thinking belly button to spine. Keep that core engaged, pelvic floor on. Only take that leg out as far as you can keep your hips nice and still. Hips twist. I'm going to do one more to each side like this. So taking that leg up and out and in and back to the floor. And final one. Up and out and in and back to the floor. Okay, now we're going to lift our opposite arm and leg. So taking that left arm, right leg out, holding them there, and then if you want to, you can take that leg and arm out to the side slightly, bring them back to the middle, and then bring them back in. But if you don't want to do that, or you feel quite wobbly, then don't worry about adding in that little extra. Belly button, spine, pull your ribs down towards your hips. Keep that core engaged. It's keeping your back nice and still. Remember, only take your opposite arm and leg out as far as you can without your hips hitching or without you feeling like you're wobbling off balance. I'm going to do one more to each side. Well done, you've done really, really well. This is a hard exercise, but it's a really good all over body workout for swimming. And final one. And bring the arm and leg back in. Take yourself back into child's pose as your release stretch. If you want to, you can just give those wrists a little bit of a twist at the same time, just to take out any stiffness in that wrist joint. Okay, so from here we are coming onto our backs. So we're going to start to work into that core a little bit deeper now. So you're coming onto your back. We're going to start with a small movement and then we're going to do a slightly bigger movement. So the first movement requires lots of control even though you're only moving a tiny kind of like inch or two. Feet are hip distance apart. Make sure your feet are facing forward. Then you're tilting your pelvis so that little gap remains under your lower back. So you're keeping your spine in its natural S-curve. Pull your ribs down towards your hips. Keep those abs connected. Belly button to spine. Keep that TBA connected. Arms just resting on the floor. If you turn your palms up, it'll help you to not carry any tension in your upper body. Then I want you to think about that belt. We're going to draw that belt up to the 6th or 7th hole. So that core is really switched on. Then from here, all you're going to do is take your left hip down towards your left heel. And then bring it back up. And then you're going to take your right hip towards your right heel. And bring it back up. So it's a really slow and controlled movement. There's not really very much movement at all because your core is almost stopping you from moving. But this is really lovely for your lower back. It just helps to just take out any stickiness in that lower back. I'm going to do 3 more to each side like this. Thinking pelvic floor engaged, core is on. And final one to each side. And then bring yourself back into the middle. Okay, from here we're going to do a bigger movement. So you can choose, you can leave one leg on the floor and bring one leg up to tabletop, or you can bring both legs to tabletop. Core stays engaged, belly button to spine. Then from there we're going to take that leg and we're going to post our feet through the letterbox. So take one foot out, post it through the letterbox, come back to tabletop, and then post it through the cat flap. Come back to tabletop. Then if you've got one leg up, you then need to switch legs. If you've got both legs up, then you can just do the other side. So letterbox, tabletop, cat flap, tabletop, letterbox, tabletop, cat flap, tabletop. Keep thinking belly button to spine, keep that pelvic floor engaged, core is on. And we're going to do 4 more on each side. Make sure your knees are staying in tabletop when they're on the still leg. And also make sure that your knee that's moving out is moving out in a straight line. So you're not moving out to some funny angle. Think about that leg going out in line with your hip and coming back in line with your hip. When you bring your knee back in, make sure it's coming back to tabletop and not creeping in closer to your body. And we're going to do 2 more on each side. Keep thinking belly button to spine. Pull that belly button towards your spine and keep your ribs connected to your hips. Make sure that little gap stays behind your low back. Final one. And then bring one leg down and 2 legs down and give yourself a well-deserved full body stretch. Thanks for joining me today for my latest core workout. I hope you found it really beneficial. If you're enjoying my videos, please subscribe to my channel and then you get a daily update on the videos that I've just released. Take care, and I hope to see you on the mat again soon. Bye for now.